Hi, I have spoken about this before, but it won't hurt to tell you once again about when you get up in front of an audience for the first time and they've never seen you before, they judge you on a number of things. How you look, what you do, what you say, and how you say it. But there's one more thing, and it's very important. The sound of your voice. Is it acceptable to the audience? It needs to be, otherwise they just won't listen. So in this regard, I'd like to talk about what I call the expressive voice. Please excuse me. How does one gain the expressive voice? By that I mean able to put emotion into the very sound of your voice. You can develop it. One of the ways to do it is to read poetry. When we read poetry, we are dealing with the quintessence of word selection. No words are wasted. The rate of delivery, the timing, the pauses are all important. And by reading poetry, you will develop this ability to have the voice which shows expression. When we speak to an audience, a good speaker is doing two things at once. By that I mean he or she is speaking to the audience, but also visualizing and feeling within themselves as the speaker as they deliver the words. It's something hard to put your finger on, but you lose any sense of, how could I put it, self-consciousness. You are the instrument delivering. You are the voice, the emotions. You are all that yourself. And you endeavour to put this across to the audience. It's a difficult concept to explain, but I'll try to do it by reading a poem I wrote quite a few years ago. Now, when you write a poem, you don't sit down and work out the words. The words arise within you, and you capture the words. It's as if you're the conduit. You might be the originator, and you probably are the originator, but the words come through you from something seemingly greater than yourself at the time. Here's a little poem I wrote, and I called it Humankind. I am he who cast the hard... Try again, Tom. I am he who cast the fire-hardened spear at the woolly mammoth. I am he who, with implements crude, turned the sod to plant the early grain. I rose at dawn and marched upon my enemy, carrying stone axe. Then later, with bronze, then iron sword, bow, musket, and auto-loading gun, brought 10,000 years of war. I am he who rubbed sticks and struck flint to make fire, who built the mud brick cottage and took the skin of the wild beast to make his coat. Then later, clad resplendent, laid woven cloak at Elizabeth Royal's feet. Now impressioned spacesuit, I cling to shining orb high above the earth which spawned my form. I am he who gazed in awe, who slew the lamb, who implored the sun gods to send the rain. I am the singer of hymns, the prayer of prayers, the maker of the silent mystic hour, the wonder of what is mind, and who am I? From the dust of the earth I came. I'll repeat that. From the dust of earth came I, filled with the breath of the all-seeing eye, the knower of all that is known. From sensation to self-awareness, from the swamp to forest green, to the rustic hut, to brazen metropolis, I grew, to leap from the ground to the sky, and from the sky to the stars. I grow forever, for I am God's creation, humankind. I hope you like that. I mucked it up a bit as I was reading it out, but I think you get the idea. The more you can read poetry and express it to your own satisfaction, the better you will be able to express the words that you feel to an audience. And the expression of the words, the feeling you put into the words, is very, very important to both you and those listening in the audience.